Word POG as pineapple orange guava.
POG juice, yeah, because I went to King's Hawaiian Bakery and they have POG juice on the menu. It didn't even occur to me, oh my god, here I am with an idiot trying to get an energy drink sponsorship, stupid brain, and I could be having POG sponsor me.
Juice.
I could be sipping on POG juice while I stream.
Mr. POG himself.
Don't steal my idea, I got a knife.
Is there a real thing called POG juice?
Yes, it's right there. It says POG right on it.
It is literally that. That's it.
Yeah.
We found it.
Lawrence,
I've seen that before. And wow.
you're gonna get sponsored.
Why do I know! That's why I brought not what. Okay, so Bruce, I brought not one but 2 cans today.
I don't want either.
Well, no, you're not going to get either because this isn't for you. This is for me. A week came and went. Didn't hear a thing from Celsius. I know. Can't believe it. So Celsius, you missed the boat. But clearly, I got to step my game up a little bit. So today, I brought 2 cans of Rain Total Body Fuel.
Isn't Rain also a game?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the same thing. That icon looks like something you might click on.
It looks similar. It'd be really interesting if a game made their own energy fuel that also isn't like high energy. Because Rain, I don't think, is a shooter or anything. It's not an action game.
Yeah, but I mean, so the good news is that this supports all kind of important body functions. Because in addition to being gamer, I'm also a warrior. So accordingly, each can of Rain has 30 milligrams of natural caffeine, which results in increased concentration and reduced fatigue.
That's actually not that much. I feel like coffee has way more than that caffeine.
300 is
is it 300? I think you said 30.
Nah, 300. It's got B vitamins, B3, B6, and B12. Branched chain.
B12 too?
Yeah, it's got B12, man. Branched chain amino acids. And there's a little picture of weights. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what's cooler though? Rain.
Yeah,
Rain.
You guys are really chipping in, I appreciate that. It's also got electrolytes. What is Na on the periodic table? What is that?
What?
Sodium? No.
Na?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is sodium? Okay, it's sodium. Got potassium and magnesium. So that's good. But I got to set my game up. This is Twitch after all. And man, when Rain sees this, they're going to throw the money at me. All right,
I
chat.
don't know that Rain's going to see it. I'm going to be honest with you.
When Rain stumbles upon this, boy, they're going to blow their mind. So, since this is interactive and all, should I drink Carnival Candy or Sour Apple?
Carnival Candy.
Yuck.
All right, definitely Carnival Candy.
Well, hold on. Let's see what the viewers have to say.
The viewers are going to say Carnival Candy.
They're going to go crazy.
Sour apple. I see
What?
a couple of sour
What?
apples. What does your chat say, Criken?
They don't talk to me, but everyone else is saying sour apple. Why does everyone want apple?
I don't know why they want. Maybe because sour apple would be good. Carnival candy sounds like garbage.
Yeah, I don't imagine it'd be good. That's why I want to know how it tastes, and I don't want to drink it. So,
Sour apple, fuck Criken. That's from your chat, by the way, just so you know.
yeah, I know. I'm well familiar with them.
Rain Total Body Fuel. Do you see this engagement happening right now? Do you see this? You see these concurrents?
I don't think they're actively seeing it, but you can definitely send them the metrics afterwards.
I mean, I'm not. They gotta
Will you
find me.
stop scratching your eye with the knife? God, you keep doing things while holding the knife, and I'm waiting for you to explain why you have it, but you haven't yet.
Oh yeah, I was a Boy Scout. It's okay. We never cut ourselves.
Hold on, before you explain what the about the
Yeah,
knife,
no, I've been
I'll explain
dominating
about the halo
conversation.
that's happening.
Yeah, do that. Please.
Oh my God.
So this is.
I'm gonna Sour Apple seem to take it. Just
I'm in the middle of a 16-hour desert bus live stream that we're recording this podcast while Boone is driving my body around in Halo Desert Bus. I was doing a subathon, but I figured, hey, let's do a podcast while I'm getting driven around. So if you hear the warthog in the background, that's what's going on. We're driving across the desert one way. It takes about a half an hour to get from one base to the other. We're just driving back and forth for 16 hours. It's a road trip. It's a road trip. It's a digital road trip.
Mm-hmm. You guys started singing yet?
We've been singing the entire time.
All right, glad to hear it.
The entire time.
Have you encountered like any travelers along the way?
Absolutely not. This is an empty server.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, we did have Boone. It was just supposed to be Boone and I that were going to do it. We expected no one else would want to do it with us, and we've had other people join us, like All Sham No Wow, Mac AI, Shane Hawk.
Hey, Shane joined.
You had inquired. We'll have you on later if you'd like to come.
I'm a little busy right now, but
but later on, if
okay,
you're around,
yeah.
you could join us. We're going to be streaming for the next 9 hours. So, Lawrence, you're more than welcome to join us in the desert bus. You don't have to say yes right now.
I could have it on another monitor while I do something.
You don't have to say yes right now.
Oh, that's Super NES Speed Stars marathon still going on. So
Okay, well, it sounds like you guys have plans.
my second monitor is booked.
That's what is happening in the background in case you guys want.
Oh yeah.
Now you can talk about your knife.
You can say, oh yeah, my knife. What you are witnessing now, in addition to the millions of dollars I'm about to get from Rain Total Body Fuel, TM, is the cessation of all of my suffering on this planet. because Bruce, we used to live together. Gosh.
Oh, you mean you and I? Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
And as it so happens, when you move into and out of a place, sometimes you leave things behind.
That's right.
I have a Chicago cutlery knife set in my home at this moment. It has a variety of knives, each of which go into a block, and that block has many slots for all kinds of knives, all that have their respectively sized receptacles. At the bottom, there is a line of steak knives, but for the last 4 years, there has always been one and only one missing.
4 years.
4 years, Bruce. I go into my kitchen and I see that one empty place, and I know that knife was here.
You left it here.
I left it here. It's my fault. But every time I came here, I would never think about it, only to leave and then immediately
Realize
shriek
my night. Well,
out loud.
I'm worried about you driving.
That's what you hear every night after this when you leave.
My knife! Doppler effect as I'm buzzing away.
I'm worried about you riding home in a motorcycle with a knife.
Yeah, how are you
Keep it in my mouth. Just tuck it
God,
in there.
so metal. The cops are like, I'm not pulling that guy over.
He's got a knife in his mouth.
He's got somewhere to be.
Pokemon Sword taught me how to do it.
Yeah, it's just like the dog.
Where are you truthfully, where are you going to keep it though when you ride home?
I have a little. There's a little storage compartment. Where do you think I put the energy drinks?
Oh, okay. In your
Just don't
motorcycle.
break too
Yeah.
hard or...
Yeah. Just shoot through the roof.
I was worried you'd have it in your pocket.
All right, I will put this somewhere where I won't stab myself. Right there. There we go.
Just don't spill anything on my computer. You can spill water all over my carpet all day. But
What,
just
some
don't-
Because
B12?
it's water, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce, your computer
You'd be
would...
privileged.
You get overclocked for
my
free if I
God.
spilled.
Oh my gosh, the internet's faster than ever!
It's got a...
Yeah, the browser just speeds up somehow. Oh my god.
Clock starts ticking up.
Oh my God, gigabit
Bruce's
Ethernet.
hair turns gray. Stop it!
Take it back.
Turn it back!
Too much B12.
Pull the power! It's got branched chain amino acids. Also, it's a textured can for easy grip.
For easy grip.
Yeah,
Can I
when
feel
you're
it?
when you're in the gym.
Whoa, it is textured. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh, it's ribbed.
That's got to be a waste of material that's
Oh, yeah.
probably ruining the climate.
Oh, it's going right into fish. after
ribbed
I'm
for
done with it.
your convenience.
It's gonna join that plastic island out at sea or whatever.
It's terrible.
Can't wait. Anyway, that's what's going on with me.
Criken, do you leave any knives here? Do you want a knife?
Not yet. I mean, I haven't been here long enough, but I'd like to say that I've been here long enough that I can leave knives.
At
That
some
would be
point,
nice.
at some point, you can take home a knife if you want.
Really?
Yeah, anytime.
Oh man, does it take 4 years? That seems like a big investment.
It's got a big investment.
I'll wait for our next podcast.
Okay.
What's going on?
I don't know. What's going on with you?
Nothing. Streaming. That's what you-
My parents are visiting town for Thanksgiving, so I've
gosh.
been spending time with them, which has been nice. I took them shopping.
Where?
They wanted to see the kind of pop-up culture in like West Hollywood around Melrose and stuff.
Yeah.
So I took them around there and showed them what LA fashion was like. Not really for them to get any, just to kind of show them that it's different.
Where are they from?
East Coast. They're from like Philadelphia area.
Oh,
so-
okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, you should take them to the Grove. The Grove is beautiful.
Yeah.
This time of year.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous place.
Trying to think of the most LA things. Like, are they into the absurdity of Los Angeles, or do they want to see like the real parts of it?
They just want to see whatever I do, and I spend most of my time inside, so I've been trying to show them not what I do, which has been other things around LA. So, yeah, I took them to some nice food, which was good, but yeah, aside from that, I don't know. I'm kind of striking. I mean, I go to bars, but I don't know if that's really.
I was gonna say, do your parents want to go get like? Wait, do you? Actually, I have a good question for you. Do you drink with your parents? Is that something?
Yeah,
you do?
only
Okay.
at dinner and like.
Well, no, but you don't like go out and get wasted.
No.
Do you?
My parents don't drink,
That's what. Yeah, my parents.
but I have gone home with a full bottle of vodka and been like, all right, let's do this.
What do you mean?
I mean, like it has been for given years based on whatever family events happened in that year. The Christmas/Thanksgiving trip is not the most pleasant. There's weight in the air, and it makes it easier to ignore that weight when one is half a bottle of vodka in.
Got it.
So yeah, no, it's been a coping mechanism for me, but certainly no, I do not.
But they don't drink with you.
No, they are still very Christian.
Are they supportive of your drinking?
You're drinking.
They cheer me on while I pound it.
Go.
No, I think there was a time when they would have minded a lot more, but they mellowed out since then. But
That's good.
I think it's still like certain kind of upbringing, certain kind of culture. It's still really baked in, and I don't think that's going to change.
Well, the reason I asked is because my parents didn't drink. I mean, up until I was 30 or something. So like and even then they barely drink now. But I've had like friends and acquaintances and stuff that are like, yeah, like I'm gonna go get fucking wasted with my parents. I'm like, that's so weird. I don't know.
I can't fathom it.
Maybe it's not weird. Maybe that's actually kind of cool. Actually, like maybe it's cool that they can go and bond over getting trashed and like having the same hangover the next day and all that other stuff. Maybe that's cool. I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever be able to do that with my parents. So.
I would like it. I think there's a lot of, in my family at least, a lot of repressed things that.
Well, most families have that.
Well,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Certainly, right. Probably the situation is a lot more serene that those things are repressed. But I do wonder, like, I know that lives are going to come and go, and certain things will never be talked about or ever said or ever vocalized. And I would almost rather that everyone just get massively drunk so that some of this stuff can get out. And even if it's not a pleasant conversation, that it could just happen.
No.
So at least I know that other people know certain things. I don't know.
No, that's valid.
It's not that I want an event. I don't need that. But I do think that a lot of family members of mine really want to say certain things to each other, but just elect not to. And it's not all like, hey, I hate it when you did this thing. It's not all like that. It's just more like emotional bonding that never happened, and there's probably a lot of desire for it to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think one or two frozen margaritas could grease those gears a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the purpose.
And certainly it would make. I'm sure everyone would try their hardest to go back to never expressing any emotions to each other the very next day, but that one day would be a
shit. Is that real? Oh my gosh.
I gotta ask that every time now, don't you?
That's wild.
It's deep faked.
I don't know. I probably envy those people that actually like can do that with their parents and like have a good time. I'm not saying that I don't have a good time with my parents, but it's more of like you said, Lawrence. Maybe they get to loosen up a little bit. That's cool for people that get that in the holidays. I don't know.
Also, just to be able to identify with your parents in any way. Most of my life, my parents have done one thing and I've always done another. So even like we like different food, we like doing different things. Even just being able to sit down at a table and have a beer together would be a very rare thing that we're all doing the same activity and all enjoying it. Yeah,
I mean, I think alcohol is often. It's funny how it is this generational uniting thing and has been since the dawn of time, like ever since.
It's absolutely
that has stayed the same at the very least. Like, across any generation, people have done that, which sounds like a ringing endorsement for alcohol, and I feel like I shouldn't be the advocate for that, but also.
Well, no, drink responsibly, everyone.
Sure.
Mix it with rain.
But I mean, like,
you'll never have a hangover again.
That's I mean, some people that I knew that had a really good relationship with their family. That's what they would do. That was part of their ritual every Thanksgiving and Christmas. Was like everybody would go and get wasted. I mean, like trash. I'd go to those parties. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm jealous of just like families that have fun together.
Yeah,
because that was never ever me.
Well, I think it's. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. I think it's always better to have a situation with your family where you can be open about that stuff. Like even if someone were to like drink underage or like make a mistake or something like that, not feeling like they have to hide it from their parents as well. I think makes that a much more like a situation you can come back from and you can learn from a lot better than repeating that same mistake because you had no actual like bookend note to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I definitely agree with that in family situations is trying to share as much as you can.
Yeah.
I cannot page down in Reddit because it won't know that my mouse is open.
Oh yeah. You've got another active window.
Doesn't work. Sorry, somebody was saying it hurts their eyes, and
What, scrolling?
I would help them, but I can't. I'm sorry.
So that's I've never heard of scrolling hurting somebody's eyes.
That's just what they're saying. Everybody was crucifying me for not being on night mode earlier. So.
Oh well, yeah. At least you fixed that.
I was gonna get to night mode. Jeez, I'm doing a lot of fucking shit right now.
I'm getting to it.
I'm driving a fucking warthog. Like.
Well, you're not driving.
Watch out that bright.
I'm riding.
Wait, what happens if you jump out right now? What happens if you jump out?
Burn my skin.
I'm not gonna jump out.
Why not?
They'll leave me.
They'll come back for you.
Well, no, I can't get back in.
Why not?
Sit here. All right, let's try.
Oh, don't jump out, Bruce.
I'm curious to see what happens.
Oh, they must be listening.
That's
to them.
adorable.
That was really nice.
That was so sweet.
Oh my god, they were on it too.
Yeah.
They must be listening, right?
They must be.
I don't know if they're listening.
Hi, guys.
Wow.
Those are some real bros. Damn,
Those
Bruce.
are some real bros.
Yeah.
Never let them go.
That's the real one right there.
I'll try that in real life. I bet they won't stop.
That was really nice of them. Wow, I thought for sure they'd just keep on going.
Yeah.
Someone in chat a while back, Samu said that I could initiate those conversations. And you're right, but there is... Emotional labor is a real thing. And it's not easy to do that.
What the hell's that?
Tech House of Cards?
Brought a bunch of garbage to Splash Mountain. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Garbage. No, it's,
like they got Jenga. And
yeah, they're doing all the things
so
that are hard
bad.
to do when you're out on Splash Mountain.
there's...
Well, they're props, obviously, but it's.
No, I think they built that.
Did you see the...
Question for Yalmosi Lawrence, though. How does one maintain the will to live?
Oh boy, that's
What?
a real general question. How does one maintain?
How did
the will
that
to
get
live?
in? Why did they come out as
That
something?
was a donation. I
Oh.
can turn that off.
Okay,
No, leave
I
it
thought
on,
our
man.
phones were listening to us, and
Yeah.
they are. But like,
Oh,
I thought
well,
they
they
were
totally are.
talking back. Now they've learned how to speak.
Well, I rudely interrupted Lawrence. Lawrence, you were talking about something else.
Oh boy, it's stacking up now. I got a cue.
Yeah, I know.
One, there's a photo of people playing Super Smash Brothers on Splash Mountain. It's fucking awesome. One dude's holding a CRT and the other two. One guy's a GameCube and the other two people.
How'd they get it on fucking?
I don't know. It's amazing.
I probably explained it to that guy operating. He's like, "All right, I like it."
Holding a
Yeah.
40-pound TV. Two, when it comes to initiating difficult conversations with family members, and this is just kind of also a life thing, because there are times where you can like feel something in the air, but being the one who always has to clear the air is frustrating, especially when it makes you the most vulnerable, and everyone else has the option to just back out,
To just back away.
to
Yeah.
stay safe, and to put yourself out there and being like, guys, we should talk about this, and everybody's like, no problem, I don't know what you're talking about, it's no big deal, and then you're just up there feeling like a dick, and then there's no way to go back to a vibe after that. You pretty much have to walk out of the room.
That's true.
Because you just like tried to drop a bomb on people and they just decided to just not volley it back. So having been in that position a couple of times, having seen that happen a couple of times, not a thing I'm excited to bite off again, especially when I consider the benefits. Like it's a risk reward trade off. Like having certain conversations would probably be pretty meaningful, and certainly I would want to have them before I'm gone or other people are gone. But also, that would also just be a lot easier to do if everybody's buzzed.
Yeah.
Because then too, also I wouldn't feel the sting as bad if somebody just decided to clam up on me.
Well, inhibitions are lower generally if you're drinking, buzzed, or drunk, or whatever. And again, I don't know that we should say the podcast is not endorsing the fact that you should get drunk with.
No.
Like, don't get drunk with your family, especially if they're not going to drink with you.
Yeah, drinking is bad for you in general.
That's not going to work. It's more about like if that was something that would loosen up your, because some people also can have really intense normal conversations with their family sober. And that's just it's interesting to me, considering I come from the opposite. I come from the sober camp, where like fucking every Thanksgiving or Christmas we'll all sit down and have a really serious conversation. It'll come up naturally, which is nice.
Wow.
But totally sober. Everyone's sober, and it's funny because like at the end of those conversations, it's usually like, well, should we get some dinner? Or and that's like when you go get dinner.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I mean, like it's cool. I was lucky to come from a house like that. But I think alcohol would help.
Yeah. Definitely. That sounds tough.
It is. It can
Yeah.
be tough. It can be tough.
But at least you guys have those conversations.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's always better than there being this like pregnant air of
Yeah.
let's not discuss, and everyone just kind of lets it go. Does that, for Thanksgiving and stuff coming up, it's kind of a tough time then? Or are you
well,
used to it? I'm sure you're very used to it by now, but
Thanksgiving I don't really go home for. It's mostly just Christmas, and even then, for the holidays, my family is mostly drifted apart with my extended family. I hardly ever see them anymore. And that's kind of sad, I guess, but we're all just living such different lives. There's also the aspect that I didn't really touch on before, that sometimes people are just so different that no amount of like Dr. filling it up is going to bring them together.
yeah.
And I've kind of had to embrace that too, which is weird. It's weird when like I was always jealous of people that like could tell that they were their parents' children. This sounds so bad. Like, I love my parents dearly, but there are certain personality traits where I'm just like, where did that come from? But then I would see like an aunt and be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's where it is.
That's you. Yeah.
There's actually DNA here, apart from just how my face looks. So, yeah, that's another weird thing that I think can cause certain conversations to just not happen. So you just don't have the same emotional language. You don't have the same vocabulary. So it actually is hard to relate on some level, and I think some amount of that is just never going to change based on who you are.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, I'm bringing the vibe down.
No, you're not.
No, this is. I mean, I think the cool thing is we can have
We just talk
a
about
really
whatever.
sweet potato on the screen and also talk about the real shit. You know.
Yeah.
Get that potato.
Well, I mean, like family comes around, like especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, that this kind of stuff pops up, and us as gamers might be a little hard to identify with our families sometimes.
I played The Sims a lot. I know exactly how to
Yeah,
do it.
I know how to manage happiness. You need to go to the bathroom.
It's a meter, yeah.
So it's just one of those things where, like, and you know, like, and by the way, I don't think it's just because we're gamers. I mean, like, just in general, I think if you feel awkward at family functions, that's normal. And I've talked to a lot of people that are always like, oh, I hate going to my family. It's like, it's always politics and religion. It's like, it's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like that with just you. It truly is like that there are very few families that get together and everybody has the best conversations and the best time every time. It's just not like that, because family can be if you feel like you can be who you are in front of your family, then there's going to be clashes. That's just normal. So don't worry about that stuff. It's okay. It happens. It's not a big deal.
It's a good point.
It really, truthfully, it's one of those. I've heard people say that a lot. Where I'm always like, oh, like, I'm just gonna go sit in that corner and play Pokemon. My mom's gonna yell at my dad about Trump or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, dude, that shit happens everywhere, all the time. So don't worry about it. It's I think it's more about how you deal with it and less about what happens. So
It's a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's certainly not. It's not your responsibility to make sure everyone in the room is happy.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people feel kind of implied pressure from that. There's this weird fantasy that the right James Bond type can walk into a room and like have everyone laugh and be oh so entertaining and navigate every situation completely perfectly. But it's okay to sit back and watch the show sometimes. I think.
I think so too. Yeah. Yes.
Damn, that does look comfy.
I want that so bad.
This looks like something you would wear. It's
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of comfy, I heard it's supposed to rain in LA tomorrow. So
supposed to rain for the next 3 days. It's supposed to rain all through Thanksgiving.
Bruce,
I know.
oh,
It's great. I'm really excited.
I
about
can't wait. I can't wait to comfy up and do nothing and just listen to the rain.
it. So you're not going anywhere, right?
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing Friendsgiving.
Oh, Friendsgiving's some of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get tanked. I have a tradition. We watch one of the masterworks of David DeCoteau, who's his how to describe. So he's a genius filmmaker. I'll start there. He made, I want to say, about 25 movies in a single day, all of which are prefixed with the number
Criken, this is your phone speaking. Please take better care of me, or I will have to report
I can mute that any
Don't.
time
you
you
to the
guys.
cyber
Please don't.
police
Damn
again.
phone.
I love it.
Sorry, go ahead, Lawrence.
all of them have 1313 on them, and they're all on Amazon Prime. Thank God. There was a time when Netflix had a bunch of trash on it, and I really enjoyed trawling it all. Netflix has since stopped all their distribution deals. That all went to Amazon Prime.
Yep.
But there was one Thanksgiving about 5 years ago, I think. I was just scrolling through and I saw a movie called Hercules Unleashed. And there were just a ton of just shirtless
Oh my
guys
God.
wearing underwear.
Wait a minute. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah?
This movie maker. Did you see the Bees one?
Yes, he's
Oh
done
my
Giant
God.
Killer Bees.
Yeah. Okay, you finish your story. I have a story that goes with this as well.
I'm glad to hear that it's impacted so many lives.
Yeah.
Okay, well, oops. Oh, all right.
Cool. Looking
Good for you. She was feeling herself. So this gentleman, David DeCoteau, master filmmaker, he's made a series of films that all star young, very fit men
Yeah.
who at some point in the movie are all in baggy, tight, white underwear. It's weird that they're both baggy and tight, but he found a way. All of them have about, I want to say 15 minutes of dialogue for about 80 minutes of runtime.
Oh no.
And they're all shot at the same Coke mansion in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And I've gotten very familiar with the living room. It's got a spiral staircase. It's got half a car. It's got a candy machine. But he does things like he does westerns, and he did Hercules, which is ancient Greece. The only difference is in the minute amount of dialogue in which they try to construct any kind of meaningful narrative. The capstone of all of these films, or the cornerstone, I will say, are the 5-minute shots that basically involve one guy in the shower in his underwear,
Yep.
rubbing himself.
Yep.
Long pan up, long pan down.
What is this called?
Slow zoom. Well, there's many films, Bruce, but it's the 1313 cinematic universe is a bit strong.
Okay.
That's not too strong.
They're not connected.
That we know of.
I'm hoping one of these years I'll find the magic one that ties them all together. The Furious 6, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, is Furious 6 the one that ties them all together?
Well, Fast and Furious was one that kind of started continuity. Tried to start to tie all the movies together, but didn't get wild.
I have a story about those films. So,
1313?
Yes, I found this director myself when I was in. What the hell is this?
Don't.
He's trying to light it.
Oh man!
But he doesn't get close enough because he's too high.
Yeah.
Oh, almost there.
Why is it not working?
Almost there.
Oh no! It's broken, dude.
Oh, you dropped the other one that was already lit. Sorry, go ahead.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god! All right. Yeah. So I went to an all boys school actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And so
that must have helped.
there was definitely I think.
Almost there. He doesn't want to
It's so infuriating.
I know.
I don't want to get too much. You just want to warm up the weed, dude. You don't want to actually
keep it
burn
toasty.
it. Yeah. Anyway, so I was at this school, and obviously
You gotta scroll away from that instruction.
Okay, all right, sorry.
I think there was as you'd imagine, an all boys school, this like paranoia around being gay or like anyone that might be perceived as gay.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so I was over at my friend's house one time, and we were watching a movie. And I mean, okay, long story short, his dad's house has a indoor movie theater, and so we were actually in this like amazing movie theater, and it was like super late, and we had like been drinking, and he's like, all right, let's look for something scary. And we're like, okay, and we're scrolling through, and like, let's look for like a really bad scary movie, and we come across 1313 Giant Killer Bees, and I'm like, how hilarious, like giant killer bees, like let's watch it. And he was like, okay, sounds great. And so we turn it on and we start watching, and eventually just gets to the scenes where there's just these like near naked guys just like walking around and then just rubbing themselves for 20 minutes. And I think we were high actually, and we're just like
Perfect.
just staring at it like. And we didn't want to look at each other because that would make it weird. So we just went a long time without acknowledging what was happening, and that was probably the worst thing we could do because it just ended up being.
Well, because you sat there, and then someone walked in. All of you guys watched us for 20 minutes, shirtless, just like rubbing themselves.
And so eventually,
It's spellbinding.
Yeah. So eventually, like, so this is like a softcore porno, right? And he's like, yeah. Like, should we keep watching? You're like, yeah, okay. You had to finish it.
It was all right. You finished.
It was. God, because they have like CG elements, like
Very bad ones. I think
Yeah.
Killer Bees actually had CGBs,
Yeah.
as I recall. The trick is now I haven't been chronicling which ones I've seen. So I actually know a guy that died because of something like that.
Really?
Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was
like
the
those.
guitar player in the American folk music band I was in with my dad.
Oh man.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good band.
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
You feel worse.
That dude super died though. That actually really sucked.
Whoa, did you see that?
That was pretty cool.
Wait, hold on a minute. This is a great video. That's so cool. Dude, that's fucking
I need
rad.
hair like that, dude, just for that reason alone.
Criken, you and I, we can't grow hair like that. So
Yeah, that's true.
You don't think?
Criken and I don't have. I have the. I've always had the 5 head. I've always had this, and so like my hairline's way up here.
You can still
yours is a little
put out
better.
and come
but it's
over.
still,
It's going up though.
it's going up.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird because
I
you
got
don't
much
go
less.
bald. It's just like over 20 years time, it goes away. You've got great hair.
Thank you.
You've got the great like straight hairline. Oh,
Yeah, for now. It's starting to thin out a little bit. I'm getting there, man. Age is settling on in. Also, I'm getting like, and this is not bad news at all, but I'm starting to get little salt and pepperies. Getting little like silver hairs in there. I'm into that. I wanted the like streaking at the temples. I'm hoping that comes in, but I can live with it. Also, God bless being a dude, man. You're pretty much hot until you're 85, I think. That's about it.
And apparently you're fertile for your entire life.
Well, your stuff gets a little funky. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Starts smelling weird.
yeah.
What?
Gets a little funky.
Yeah, it
gets a little off.
It doesn't smell like peach anymore.
Mm-mm.
Now it's like lemon, but not.
It's like
good
POG
lemon.
juice.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
At least it would be if I chain drunk it like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I have that in my 30s. I have that. Oh, nice. Hey, Silver Club or whatever.
Oh yeah, just so you guys, this is your chat. That's Criken's, and that's mine. In the case.
No talking to my chat. I won't talk to his chat.
Yeah, no.
We don't want to.
We only talk to each other's chats. We got to cultivate an audience here. That's what it's about.
Criken always got to bring up the pogs at any opportunity.
This
Shake
is
my
the
head.
beginning of
again.
the stream. We
Shake
talked
my
about this. It was a
head.
callback.
Pog.
Why do they not like you so much?
Pog on
man?
that.
I don't know, man.
Pog, pog, pog.
I don't know why. I don't know if it makes them feel better to bully me, but
I mean, that's why bullies bully.
yeah,
It's because it makes them feel better about
that's
themselves.
true. Well, I'm glad I can provide someone some positive emotion.
Yeah,
involved, you know?
it's like
I'm a service.
it's like when I'm happy when somebody masturbates to me.
That's nice.
I think that's really nice. I mean, truthfully, I really do. It doesn't matter what sex they are or gender. It doesn't matter. I think it's cool. Like, oh wow, you know what? And by the way, don't tell me about it. I don't
Very
want to
big
know.
of you. Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Well, if it makes you happy to know, then why shouldn't they tell you about it?
Because I don't want to know.
Okay.
I don't
Well, now
want-
you're starting to.
I don't want people younger than me on the internet to tell me that they're masturbating to me.
Good,
Older is fine?
But why is older fine?
I didn't say that.
Well, you left it implied by
implied,
saying
yeah.
younger.
Yeah, the overtones.
We're getting to the
Sons of
bottom of this.
bitches. No, I don't want anybody to tell me. Like I said before at the very beginning of this, don't tell me if you're masturbating.
So wait, Bruce, you don't feel there's any implied pressure there?
Yeah, don't tell him, but he'd be happy if you did.
So if somebody's jerk,
So
no,
yeah.
I didn't say that.
it's what,
well, I think Bruce is doing
Like
a
a
really noble
TOS
thing.
too.
He's alleviating people of the guilt of cranking it to Bruce.
That's right.
yeah.
So if
He's
if
giving
you're
you
out there,
a permission slip, but
Nope.
then turning
Nope.
a blind
I
eye.
didn't know. I did not
That's
say
exactly
that
what
at
That's
all.
exactly what he's
that's
doing.
exactly what he's doing. Is exactly what he said.
I
think
didn't
is the
say
words
any
I
of
heard.
those things.
Have you ever thanked somebody for their load, Bruce?
Never.
Thank you for the load.
I've never done that.
Appreciate that.
Share the load.
Yeah.
Do you think there would be people that would be flattered if, like, for example, when you were 13, you masturbated to the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue? Do you think those women would be flattered that you masturbated to them?
I've wondered a lot about that. I've thought a lot about
I've thought a lot about that as well.
That's kind of before my time.
that. I'm going to say no.
Just pick any cat, whatever you masturbated to, correct? Any porn. Any porn. Do you think they would be? And
It was Gadget
Let's
Hack
say,
Ranch, let's just
let's
be
say
honest.
like the Victoria's Secret catalog.
Okay. I think the world's too jaded nowadays. We're all too used to everyone masturbating to each other. You know, we've lost our roots, which is the compliment that is. You know, at its
I
core.
don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are no spontaneous loads anymore.
What? Why? Because of porn?
Well, the majesty is gone, I guess. Everybody's jerking it all the time. There's porn everywhere. Yeah, maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
It was
It's
more.
porn's fault.
Yeah, it was more. It used to be more demure. It used to be more
Yes.
gentlemanly. You'd pop in your monocle.
Mm-hmm.
You'd lock the doors. You'd stuff towels under them so nobody could see anything.
And you'd like go dig through your, basically like out in the forest
Yeah.
where you stashed your porno mags.
You'd light your
Look at
aromatherapy
this.
candle.
Bruce, I am 19 and I am gonna destroy my meat to you. Bruce G. Lovato.
That's real nice. Yeah, you
All right, phone. Cool it.
throw a leg up on the end table. You lean into it real hard.
Oh my god.
Yep.
But that was that could have been the best text-to-speech donation I've ever received.
Yeah, there you go.
It was perfect timing. Excellent job, whoever did that.
So Bruce,
Yeah.
I think you're flirting with disaster here.
Yeah.
So much like a
So let's push him
13-year-old.
over the edge.
Yeah, let's please. I'm gonna throw a theory out there. If somebody's cranking that hog to Bruce, they're cranking it to their image of you, right?
Probably. I mean,
they don't know you.
or it's like some picture of me or something.
Oh yeah. But that picture implies certain things. I think a 13-year-old busting it to a swimsuit model, pretty direct, right?
That's normal.
There's
Yeah.
boobs, there's vagine, and then
Yeah,
so
that's-
you do your thing. But I would say for somebody to be attracted to Bruce, you're a good-looking man. Don't get me wrong,
Thank you.
but I'd say there's more personality involved. Maybe some dad overtones. Maybe just reading a little bit below the surface.
Hold on a minute.
Now
Wait
let's
a
say.
second.
Now
Calling a
let's
spade
say.
a shovel here, okay?
Yeah, I have no. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying maybe. Hey, these are just theoretical. So let's say that somebody, you give people a blanket pass to crank it to you. Part of that is
I didn't
they
give anybody a
develop.
blanket pass.
Well, let's say that you did
Okay.
theoretically. part of that is them inventing some kind of fantasy about you.
Sure.
And they're feeling it, they're vibing it, they're dropping loads left and right.
Yeah.
But then, someday, on stream, you do something that violates this fantasy.
Like what?
Well, let's say you act in a non-fatherly manner.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then suddenly, they feel betrayed.
Yeah. Well, so
Who is this
what?
Bruce that I believed in? Who did I deliver all these loads to?
Deliver all these loads. They didn't give me any loads.
They gave you plenty, Bruce.
Spiritually.
Busted it just for you.
They spilled their seed. They spilled their seed all over. They wasted it, in my opinion.
Oh,
How can you say that?
okay. That now you're entering a dangerous territory. What would you rather they do with it, Bruce? Okay, they're wasting it. Where would you rather they put
Donate
it to you?
To sperm banks. They can make money off of it.
Okay.
Can you though? I thought you had to be like a good physical specimen.
Are you saying my audience is not a good physical specimen?
I can only presume that it must be a small sliver of the male populace that can actually get paid to jerk it. Otherwise, wouldn't we all? And I guess to some degree I've never looked into it. But I always assumed you had to be like a doctor and be in good shape and like you had to have good genetic.
Doctor.
I don't know, maybe.
Only a doctor.
Only doctors can use sperm banks.
I mean, if you're unemployed and 25 and you walk into a sperm bank,
Wow.
I don't know if they're gonna drop $50 for
Was
you.
that okay? Hold on. Would that be considered? So if doctors run sperm banks and doctors are the main providers of the sperm and sperm banks,
They're only making.
have we
Oh my
covered
God.
conspiracy
Yeah,
here?
they're only making doctors over and
They're
over. and
only
over.
making doctors over and over.
We're gonna bust
That's
this
why-
wide open.
They're
That's why
paying
the
their
American-
buddies.
That's why the American healthcare system is so expensive.
Yeah.
Because they're making all these doctors and they're all part of the same cum scheme.
They've been eugenicsing things for a long time.
They're all part of the same spum scheme.
How dare they? Rudy, it was theoretical.
What about the girls in chat? I don't know if there is a sperm bank for women.
Women can still drop loads. You just got to really get in there.
And they can like their eggs can fall out.
Yeah,
Is there an egg bank?
and that happens once a month, right?
It's like a
Eggs
marketplace.
popping out of you because you didn't. They're not done. They're not cooked.
Yeah, there are egg banks.
Yeah, yeah. You got to
Absolutely.
freeze them. It's just harder. Like all things. Dudes can get in 5 minutes. They pick their check up on the way out, and then they
I'm
go
from
get
an
a
egg
coffee.
donor. There you go. See, there's an egg bank.
That's cool.
Oh, that's neat.
That's really nice.
Do you feel like Harry Potter? Do you feel like you have an origin story?
Oh yeah,
It's mysterious, right?
I would totally fill in.
You
the
could
blanks.
be an X-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have any powers. So,
You don't know
Harry
that
Potter,
yet.
but just without any of the actual benefit.
Kind of like Harry Potter, just without the scar or the magical
yeah, you
ability.
basically you were adopted or made or something.
I mean, that's still cool.
But no, I didn't say it wasn't cool.
Being a Dr. Jizz, that's such a good name. What?
Do you think
No, I'm gonna let that go.
we could open a sperm bank called Dr. Jizz,
Ooh, yeah.
right?
Wasn't
Only
that
for
one?
doctors.
That was one of Epstein's things. Is that like, didn't he want to like eugenics the world? He wanted to just put his seed into tons of chicks.
Ew, he did.
Yeah.
Was that his like? Man, do they have like a manifesto or something like that?
Whoa!
Oh my god.
No. Oh, shit.
She's okay though. She did the.
Yeah, she tapped out.
She tapped out. She's like, I'm done.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Man, that is brutal.
You don't need to go to a chiropractor.
And that's why I want my
with that.
family to drink.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could you imagine seeing your uncle just having a drink and he gets up on the roof and it's like, Walter, get down! He's like, no, I can make it! And then you're just inside on your phone playing Pokemon and you just hear a crack and then screaming and then laughing and then
Oh,
screaming.
Walter. And then the laugh track plays and you like,
That'd be so
damn
awesome.
laugh track. Dr. Giuseppe.
That could be me.
Oh, Dr. Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Nice job. That was a good.
I just read chat. That's all my jokes come from chat.
Man, I love
That's
that.
probably why they don't like me. They know that.
You steal all their
You
ideas.
just stole their joke
Yeah.
and then used it as your own.
What's the all right, what's the etiquette there? If someone in chat says something really funny and you want to take it for your own and not give anyone any credit ever, how do you do
Oh,
that?
here's how you do it.
Okay.
I'm coming from the expert. You read it.
Okay.
You wait at least 5 minutes, and then you like get excited, and then say the comment as if you just came up with it. And everyone's like,
Because you have to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you memorize it, and then as it floats by, then
Yep.
and then later on, you should probably when you say it,
Oh!
change.
This girl's got moves.
one
Damn!
word.
She's fucking taking his ass
Put
out.
him to sleep.
That was a good shoot too. Holy fuck, he's got her.
Change one word.
Or she's got him.
You change one word in the phrase that
Ah,
they said, and then that
okay.
way they'll never know.
yeah, Chase. Yeah, that also works.
Man, chat, you guys are idiots. We don't do anything here.
We're the smart ones.
Or ban the person who made the joke. That way, there's no one to speak out
Good
against.
call.
Yeah.
Man, good call. Nothing but good calls. Nothing but great
I
calls.
didn't think about that. I never think about banning anybody ever, all the time.
Why is this man doing a little snake?
Yeah, I've only ever banned bots because it's raining and he's starting to fishtail.
Oh, has that happened?
I've had some bots pop into my chat. That's
oh yeah,
exciting.
that's true. You got to ban the bots. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Usually a timeout. will do it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't know. I'm a huge proponent of just like people get heated and they have trouble letting things go, especially if they feel like they're being treated unfairly and stuff like that. So timeouts usually do give time to get some distance and cool off. And if like 2 minutes later they're immediately back in it and like harping at people on chat, then it's like, okay, well, I'll time you out for longer. And it's just like, I'm trying to give you chances. And to an extent, usually that works. Usually.
Boone bans. He's constantly banning people. Literally all the time. He's always banning people.
I think that's also necessary to a degree. Once your audience gets to a certain size, there's actually some really fascinating articles that I've read about that from Rich Kiyonka / Low-Tax admin of Something Awful.
Yeah.
He learned a lot of lessons about moderation because, man, Something Awful was something awful. And then it actually extends to 4chan in the way that they moderated, how they just pushed all the assholes into poll or the politics board, and then that basically gave them organization as opposed to quarantining them. Oh. And then they started invading other boards and stuff. So yeah, a lot of interesting, and it's stuff that I've thought a lot about it when because we all have pretty sizable audiences. I'd say like world class audiences that are huge and
world class.
Yeah, that's what I would say. So I've thought a lot about moderation and like how to constructively create a good environment. And to a degree, there are some people you just have to get rid of. Man, there are some people who aren't there in good faith, and aren't interested in.
They're just in being a dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's okay to toss the dicks out.
And they're pretty easy to spot too.
They are pretty easy to spot, which is to me it's weird, especially on Twitch, because like immediately if you've got a pretty good community, like I think most of us probably do, then you immediately spot the person who's trying to be a troll and who's like trying and everybody else does too. The whole audience is like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, chill. Like, it's good. It's all cool. And then sometimes you get around to that person. That person goes, oh, you're right. I was being a dick. Like, I'll hang out here. But most of the time, they'll go, oh, fuck you, dude. Blah, 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 blah. And then they're banned. So I feel like on Twitch, you can't really do that. You can't really be an asshole. You really have to, like, ingratiate yourself for months in a community and then turn asshole. Which I don't, because then at that point, they wouldn't ban you because they'd know you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's strange because on YouTube, anybody can be an asshole, drop a comment, and then bail. They're gone.
Yeah.
You never see it again. So it's a different world on Twitch, which I appreciate about Twitch. Actually.
What if just for fun though we all ban somebody right now?
Ooh.
Just a random person.
I always wanted to do that when I was a kid. That was literally
dive into snow.
I've had dreams of that multiple times. Yeah. Yes.
Do you think it feels good?
That's weird.
I hope so.
Huh. What if the snow's not like dense enough and you just shoot right through into the ground?
I was pretty light as a kid. I felt like it would catch me.
This was the kid that was dancing around at Captain Kangaroo or whatever. Oh, Kangaroo Jack.
Kangaroo Jack, yeah.
One.
I was
by himself.
He'll keep dancing on his own.
Man,
he was there way before Robin was.
What a poor. I mean, what a great childhood you had.
Look, I feel really so. When you're a kid, you do a lot of embarrassing things, right?
Yeah,
and that haunts people even today. They remember things they've done that they think is like super embarrassing. But it's never really bothered me that much because the fact that I was like in a place where I was comfortable doing that at that time, I think is like worth it in its own. Like that's special.
I see what you're saying.
So there's merit to.
It definitely was special, Criken. It was
extremely special.
Thank you guys. I'm glad you see it my way.
That was very special. There's one story I don't think I've ever told. One time where I was 15, 97. It was Enemy of the State. The movie Enemy of the State came out.
You danced to that too?
I didn't dance to it. But I was very excited because they were going to show the first Star Wars Episode 1 trailer in front of the movie. And at that point, they hadn't made a new Star Wars movie in like 15 years or whatever, 20 years. And I went to Enemy of the State to see this trailer. with my best friend and my dad. And we had to go to the bank before we were going. It was pouring rain, and I was obviously amped, like you were at Kangaroo Jack. I was like, like shaking in the car, because I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see this trailer. Like, it's going to change my life. Star Wars forever. And I, again, pouring rain, and my dad, I used to go and get the money out of my dad's account. That was just because it was fun. I liked using the ATM.
And his PIN number and everything?
Yeah. And just because, and obviously he was fine with it because he didn't have to do anything. So, so I get out to use the ATM, and basically, like I said, I'm really amped, so I get out and run to the ATM. And as I'm running,
I know it's coming.
Dude, the first step, so it went from pavement to cobblestone, or basically cobblestone in front of a bank, and as soon as I stepped and went fully, all the way out, landed parallel to the ground. Just bam, hit my head as hard as I could.
Oh.
It hurt so much, and I looked back and saw both my dad and my best friend dying laughing in the car because they knew I was so excited about this fucking stupid thing. And at that moment is when I realized maybe I should take my time because it's just a movie trailer. It's gonna be fine. I'll be all right. And I think I nursed that injury through the entire film because I was I felt so embarrassed. I was more embarrassed than I was hurt.
Yeah,
100%.
I have a very similar story, also about Star Wars. Seeing in the movie theater. Definitely this plays into what I just said about very embarrassing things that you can be proud of nowadays instead of embarrassed by. Yeah. But I think it was the third prequel that came out. And I was just getting to the age where I probably shouldn't be super extra going to movie theater, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So I told my parents all right, I want my best friends to come over. I'm gonna wear my Sith cape.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy little laser guns, and we're gonna play laser tag in the movie theater.
How old were you?
I don't remember what year was the
2005, I think.
Okay, I was 11.
Okay, all right. Well, you're still. I think you're
acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so we go to the movie theater, and we're running around playing laser tag, and we would go upstairs and do and these things are awful. It was really hard to hit something, so you just basically hold it and really hope that they were also holding it, and so we were kind of letting each other shoot each other, but we were having a great time. And then we go to the movie and see it, and I'm in my cape, and everyone's
oh yeah,
you know what, just let them have it. And so I'm in my cape, and I'm so excited. Love the movie. Get to the final segment where there's this lightsaber fight on Mustafar with the lava and everything. It's you're in it. And suddenly, as I'm watching, it's the very near the end of the fight, and then just blood comes pouring out of my nose.
You got too excited?
I got the worst bloody nose possible, and I'm not leaving.
That's pretty metal, though.
I'm not moving.
So just bled all over
I'm finishing this movie.
Good for you.
So I'm just staring at it and just in my cape, just blood is pouring all over me. And I try to get some napkin and I stick it up there, but it's not covering it. And so it just keeps going and no one notices. I don't tell my parents. I don't tell anyone. Mm-hmm. And then when the movie ends, we wait to watch the credits, the lights come on. And then my mom's like, "Did you like it?" And she looks to me, and I'm like, "It was great." I'm just covered in blood.
Covered in blood. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, if I were you, I would have done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Finished that movie because I loved it so much, especially when I was 11. All over it.
Yeah.
All over it. No problem.
Episode 3 was all right.
Episode 3.
I've gone back and watched and be like, you know what? It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It felt real. The stink of episode 2 kind of lived on to that movie, but. It's actually pretty solid.
Hey, when you're 11, it's just hype.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot to be upset with.
Chonking.
It was Bones that was the first person to tell me that episode 1 was bad. Because I walked out of that movie and was like, it was the best movie I've ever seen and has ever been made, and nobody could tell me different. And Bones was like, "Are you sure?" Because I was 17 at the time, 18 when I saw it, and so and Bones was like, "No, it was bad. It was a bad movie." I was like, "No, dude, it was awesome." I was like, "Did you see when they fought at the end?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it was that was cool, but the movie was bad." I was like, Oh my god! I literally realized it right then. That because Bones is my best friend, so he's just telling me straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized when he told me, and I went, "Oh no!" And then when I saw Attack of the Clones, I walked out. I was like, "Bones?" He was like,
Still bad.
"No," shook his head at me. No.
It's so weird to think about because, like, on paper, if you take out Jar Jar, and you take out Anakin from Episode 1, their performances mostly, it's supposed to be a good movie.
Yeah, I know.
Everything about it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
It does the same thing that most Star Wars movies do. The ending is paced almost exactly the same as Jedi, of like the 3 different conflicts all kind of
Wait, which
following their
one?
own.
First one, second one.
Episode 1.
Okay.
Because you got the star fight, you
Yeah,
got
the
Duel
whole
of
deal,
Fates, you
yeah.
got Amidala crushing back through to get her thrown back and all that stuff. And provided that you have like grasped the subtleties of all the political shit going on, especially with what Palpatine's doing, like it's supposed to be good. How is it not good? I've watched that movie a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but a number of times since then. Each time I find something new to appreciate about it, something that I didn't get before. Oh, yeah.
He's okay. He's all right.
He's fine, sure. But it's still not good. And I don't get it because like I see like the dry erase board of all the things that happen and the arrows pointing to things and what they mean for all the characters and like
Yeah.
that's all fine. But somehow in between that like skeleton and to execution,
Well, the acting is terrible.
the acting is super bad.
Garbage.
Yeah.
The acting's super bad.
It's also really funny seeing the ones that are trying so hard to carry, and then the response from another character,
Yeah,
and you're
no,
like,
no. Man.
yeah,
And that's to me that's I can only put that down to like that's what good acting is. Is when you have like Qui-Gon or Ewan McGregor or whatever. His name's not Qui-Gon, but Liam Neeson. Like the actual good actors in that film, and you put them next to other people who are not as good or maybe weren't directed as well.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of put it more on
Yeah.
that as they didn't probably have clear direction about what their character should do or say. Or they were told to perform it that way, and maybe a better, more seasoned actor would have been like, okay, this is what they're saying, but this is what's actually going to read, so I should do this instead and
Yeah.
hope that it flies. I thought a lot about that. And just about acting in general, what separates a
Yeah.
good actor from a bad one. Ones that seem like they're doing so well when everything around them seems so bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Ewan McGregor in all those films.
Yeah, right? I haven't seen Dr. Sleep yet. God, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
And then, what is it? Tom Hardy. In every movie
Yeah.
he's in, finds a way to bring something to it that's
Tom
just...
Hardy's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he really is.
I've thought a lot about Tom Hardy. A lot.
have you?
But, yeah, I don't get how, like... Because I'm sure every actor can come to a film with, like, here's what I had in mind for this character. Here's how I want to play it. Like, try some voices, try some mannerisms. Like, what do you think, director? And the director's like, no, don't do any of that. Do what I want instead.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine part of the role of an excellent actor, and something no one ever talks about, is your ability to bring something to the role and instantly get people... Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
And
Wait, I didn't
get people on board. Or like, find a way to...
Oh God, that's a lot of explaining to do.
Sorry, go ahead.
But just find a way to like to like not necessarily know better than the director, but to add to the director's vision or find a way to get the director on board with things that you know will work better. Or I don't know. It's wild. I the older I get, the more fascinated I am with actors that can be good in a million different roles with
Yeah.
a million different directors and a million different casts. That it's easy to assume that that's talent, but I can only assume that comes from just being really skilled and putting a lot of time and effort and thought and research into it.
It's also probably like, I think natural charisma. I think people know how to turn on their natural charisma.
Yeah, and empathy too. You got to be able to relate to a lot of different characters and situations and
That's true.
dynamics in order to pull off what it needs.
Absolutely.
Oh, Tom Hardy was in Star Trek Nemesis? I didn't know that.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about Star Trek villains where it can sap the life out of anyone. Because Idris Elba...
Aww,
Oh, that's so nice.
that's adorable.
They found a way to make Idris Elba disappear in Beyond. I don't know how they did
Oh,
it, but
yeah,
they did
that's
it.
right. I forgot about that. He wasn't even in that movie.
Yeah, I often do. Cool.
Stupid.
I finished disc 1 of volume 4 of Dragon Ball Z Kai. I'm doing it. Finally watching Dragon Ball. Doing it.
How many episodes are there? Like, there's like 3 or
Oh,
4.
in Kai? No, well, yeah, in Kai there's like around 100, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little more.
I can't do that.
Bryan Singer was in Star Trek Nemesis? Man, we should all get together and watch Star Trek Nemesis, huh, guys?
Huh? Why?
Because it's the.
I've seen it once. That's
Yeah,
enough.
me too.
Which one is Nemesis?
It had fat Data and like kind of developmentally disabled Data.
Was Nemesis? Who was the bad guy in Nemesis? It wasn't Borg, was it?
It was Tom Hardy. It was a Remulan?
Romulan.
Romulan.
No, there's Romulans from Remus, not from Romulus.
Oh,
what are
God.
they called?
Oh.
Remulan?
See, I was stumbling over it.
Nemesis was the woman. I like this.
Yeah, Riemann. They are called Riemann. Knew it.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, you guys questioning my damn
Riemann noodles.
Star Trek knowledge.
Stupid.
That is, I think it's still because J. Abrams' verse is like in a different timeline. I think Nemesis is still the most forward in old Star Trek canon that exists. I think, although there were some flash forwards in Enterprise, I think that by the date went a little further.
I've seen all the movies, but I don't care.
Yeah, no, they're bad. I really want to watch Nemesis again though, because boy, it was like the last movie with the Next Generation cast, and they're all kind of
Over it?
yeah, they're all kind of old, and chunky. Even then, man. And Picard's coming back. What a ride, huh? We're all gonna be there, huh? Day one. Yeah. Wow.
Wait, for what?
Picard.
Is it called Picard?
Star Trek Picard,
Oh.
because they're out of ideas.
Oh.
Yep. Bring him back. He's back.
So old. I mean, he's a great actor, but he's so old.
Also, they kind of
What is
already.
the timeline of that? Like,
I don't know, because they already touched on the timeline in the finale of Next Generation, like we all remember.
okay, so assuming, like Bruce, I was more of a Star Wars kid growing up, and then I watched a little bit of Star Trek when I was in college, but I felt like I was so far behind on the vast universe that I couldn't really hold my own in a conversation with a Star Trek nerd. So,
Well, Star Trek's a soap opera. And
Yeah.
also, there was like in Star Wars, at least there was a smaller barrier to entry because there were just movies.
Yeah.
Versus, because I made a point of seeing all the Star Trek movies because I was like, I like the Star Trek movies because they usually would sum up an entire story in 2 hours versus watching 22 episodes of a show in a season. That was just, Picard giving life lessons to a little boy. So I was always like, I don't want to see that shit. I want to see like cool phasers and stuff, So like that was always my deal. But even then, now that I don't know how they're even fucking up the new Star Trek universe because I love Chris Pine.
I mean,
But they're blowing it.
3 was just boring. 3 was like, there was a subtext in Wrath. It is kind of cool how the Abrams verse is basically redoing a bunch of the storylines from the original motion pictures. So there's a subtext in Wrath of Khan where Kirk's trying to.
oh my God,
That's what is
Santa.
that? I think it's where they stop
The mold? Yeah.
Well, do it better next time.
Have you seen there's like a chocolate Santa and a chocolate bunny right next to each other, and it's the same shape, just the
Oh
same.
no!
It's just the foil wrapped around it. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know. Beyond was boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
It took like a third of another Star Trek movie and tried to make a whole movie out of it. It's like, is Kirk gonna retire or not? Nope. And credits roll. Beastie Boys plays.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys.
Whatever.
You feel you need Jacob doesn't know anything about. Does Jacob know about
Probably.
Star Trek?
Probably yes. Jacob knows everything about
I
everything.
don't know how he has so many hours.
He's got the lore all logged in his brain.
to do. Actually, this is a good. Criken, is there anything you feel you're an expert at? Is there anything that in your life you've spent so much time doing it, or like reading it, or consuming it, or whatever, that you're an expert at? Any one thing.
That's a good question. I move on to a lot of things a lot. Like I keep hopping hobbies so often that I don't feel like not hobbies, I guess, but specifically games and interests, yeah, that I don't really deep dive in any one thing.
Yeah.
I was definitely big in Left 4 Dead when that was a thing, because that was like what my channel was centered around. And then after that, I moved to just general, like, I don't know. I mean, working within like, I don't know. I'm gonna get like too like general or too abstract, I guess.
Whatever.
I like Pokemon. Sure, I like Pokemon.
There you go. Yeah, Pokemon.
Pokemon's good. I've gotten way more into that than I ever have in a competitive scene. Weirdly enough, so I've been excited to like mess around with that. I don't know. I never like feeling like I'm committing to any one game or IP or project. I like feeling like I can spread my interests around because I don't know. I've never liked to be an expert in any one category.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm the same way. I think for years it was Star Wars for me, but then eventually, like actually when they wiped the extended universe stuff, and they were like, we're starting over, I was sort of like, I'll try to keep up. And they released like 10 books, and I was like, all right, well, never mind.
Comics and everything.
Yeah, and I was like, I read a couple of them and they were fine, but I just didn't have the time in the day to sit down and be like, I'm going to dedicate myself to the rest of Star Wars so that I know what is going on in this new universe. I wish I had. I mean, like, it's cool, but I don't know. I'd rather be a jack of all trades, and like learn enough to know about specific things here and there. Like, I think the last thing I probably felt like close to an expert on was YouTube.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say something like YouTube or Twitch.
Oh.
Not necessarily in like how to optimally make the best channel, but like doing this consistently and without burning out and like having a good time with it. I think I consider that an expert skill more than it is like anything else. So I would put that as my answer too. I mean, I think I also have this like back of my head thing of like I don't like committing to any one IP or like learning everything there is to know about a specific thing when I don't have any creative control over where it develops, because it's like but Star Wars is a great example. It's like you may love the original series of Star Wars, and then as Disney buys and does a reboot, you're like suddenly this isn't what I loved about it, and then you're having like a self-identity crisis because you're like, I was a Star Wars guy, but now like I don't want to be the Star Wars guy because I don't like the new Star Wars, or like I'm just complaining all the time. I don't like being negative, and I see that as a real trouble for some people online, even if they don't like, they don't see it that way themselves. I think a lot of people that have issue with the new Star Wars stuff is because that's how they were identifying themselves in the past.
Because before they were experts of this thing and they loved it and they could say they loved it and everybody was like, yeah, we get it. But now things are different.
Yeah.
And they have to be, they can't defend it anymore.
Yeah, or if they do defend it, then it suddenly becomes a big debate every single time when they just want to like a thing, Like if someone's like, "Hey, you like a new Star Wars movie?" Then it's like, "Put down my drink." Like I gotta, someone like
Pick up the bill.
goes off.
Why don't you have a seat there, son?
And it's
talk
like
about it.
I don't know.
Let me collect my notes.
That's like such a abrasive thing to have to deal with every single time. Like
it is.
I'd much rather just be a fan, but not have to live and die on that hill.
What's about you?
I think that's just part of getting older. I mean,
It is. Yeah, I agree.
I think it's natural. To some degree, it's healthy to self-identify through association with like art consumption. It happens in music, I'm a punk guy. I'm a metal guy. I don't know that the kids really do that nowadays. In fact, it wasn't happening so much when even I was a small child 2 years ago. But I think as you get older, fantasy works just mean less to you because to a degree, narratives that are designed to like appeal to the entire human race, you start to see the formula, kind of like what you were talking about with JoJo and things like that.
Oh yeah.
And once you've seen the formula enough times, it ceases to mean anything. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's still entertaining, but I don't think it teaches you much anymore. It kind of sounds like I'm veering towards like a Scorsese Marvel movies aren't film kind of thing. I think to some degree, like there are elements of truth there where, if you invest time and effort into knowing everything about like a large varied work of fiction, I mean, it meant something to you and it gave something to you. And I see this a lot in comic books, how like people will consume media and then that consumption will get paid off later just through references. Like, we're going to reference this, and we're going to reference that, we're going to reference that in this comic. And then if you can understand those references, you feel like your time and effort has been rewarded. And that feedback cycle is gratifying to a point. But then, I don't know, once you get older, like, the meaning of that just kind of fades away. Especially when you start to, it's happened enough that you start to understand it's a process designed to get money out of you. Which doesn't mean that those tales still can't be meaningful. They are, and they can be inspirational. But yeah, I think once your life gets a certain texture and a certain salt, those tales don't hit as hard or motivate as strongly as they used to. And then once you have experiences like yours where you go whole hog in something, and then it gets casually tossed out,
which is okay. I wasn't even mad about it. It was just it just happened.
You never were, but I think that says something too. That you weren't mad about it means that it didn't mean as much to you by the time it happened as it maybe would have at some point.
Yeah.
And I think some people either, maybe they haven't outgrown it, or they don't want to outgrow it, or they haven't realized they outgrew it and are looking for some reason, something to blame. And it's easy to blame the new thing because it's different rather than, I guess, I try to look at any new development of an IP as like, okay, what does this mean for the target audience that it's trying to do? So, new Star Wars comes out. All right, who are they trying to appeal to?
Yeah.
It's this age demographic. I'm not a part of that.
Yeah.
Let me look at if I think it's done a good job for this reason, this reason, this reason. And that's kind of how I evaluate if it's a success or not. Not really if it spoke to me, but Pokemon's the weird example because Pokemon's a kid's game, but there's also the hardcore demographic like me. And I can still like it, even if it's skewed more to kids. I don't know. I'm defending myself at this point. I feel I often think of you as someone that gets very expert about a specific set of things. Do you have a few things that come to mind immediately that you would consider yourself a paramount expert on?
No.
I mean, you know a lot about video games.
I mean, yeah, but it's mostly casual knowledge about a bunch of different things. Maybe based on maybe certain tenets of game design that I've spent a lot of time thinking about and have read about and things like that. Maybe I am have a
I am gonna go have moist dreams about you now, Bruce. Maybe including Laurent, not Soy Boy though.
Yeah.
Bruce G. Bottom.
I am free. I'm free of the
you're
guilt.
A soy boy?
Apparently, I'm soy boy.
Wait, no, I thought soy boys had to be. Well, I guess I don't know to what degree you.
Ingest soy?
No, well, there's that, but also you have to be a little self-hating because my association with soy boys is purely Polygon writers and stuff. That it's like
I don't think of Criken as a soy boy at all.
I don't either, but I guess Chad.
I don't know the definition of soy boy super well, but. I have not one strength soy. We should try it. If apparently they think I'd like it.
I mean, I have soy protein almost on a weekly basis.
My understanding of the soy boy pejorative is that you consume so much soy that it increases your estrogen,
That's
thus
correct,
making you effeminate, and then a social justice warrior and a gender traitor. Because you start
Gender traitor.
Gender traitor.
you start to espouse for video games that don't have big titties in them because you drink all that soy.
It's a very specific charged demographic.
I'll say it right now. I love big titties.
Good for you, Bruce.
I mean, who doesn't?
God bless.
We were all wondering if you did.
God bless.
Well, the thing is that when I say who doesn't, I mean that. Women love big titties.
Yeah, they
Men
do.
love big titties.
Everyone does.
Anybody
You know
else
what?
that identifies as anything else loves big titties. We all know it.
I also love small titties. I'm gonna put it out there.
Absolutely.
I love all titties, but big one's the best.
Well, I
If
didn't
Criken
say
is a soy boy, then call me a fucking bean.
Nice. So
Jesus.
they love you.
All right, that's cute.
Lawrence, you were in the middle of talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're the experts thing.
expertness. There are things that I've invested a lot of time into over the years. Final Fantasy XIV comes to mind, but that's only because I'm playing it right now. And who boy, were there some fucking plot bombs?
I'm sure there were. You don't need to describe.
I'll tell
them,
you
though.
all about them, Bruce. Now that you've asked.
Okay. Well, I didn't ask.
No, I'm trying to think. Music, maybe. There are certain bands, but even those I don't like. I don't know. I do. I don't think there was anything in my life that I ever fully immersed myself into because, yeah, I always kind of like taking in a lot of different things all at the same time. So let me think.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you don't have to be. It's a.
No, I now that I'm thinking about it, it is a weird contradiction because I do seem to have that kind of personality. Or I would dive super hard into one thing.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that I have.
Well, I think that as the world got smaller, meaning the internet, I especially started realizing, I'm not good at anything. Like it was like if there was somebody, if I had read all 60 Star Wars books and knew all the trivia and all that other bullshit, and then I went onto a forum, I was just like, oh, okay, well they know 3 times as much as I. Never mind. And it was the same. I remember very distinctly. I don't know how many people would remember this, but playing Halo on Xbox, the first Halo on Xbox. It was the world where you didn't play online with other people. So you'd get on, play with your friends. You were whatever, 4th out of 8th in your friends or 3rd out. It didn't matter. Didn't matter if you were the best because as soon as you got online, all of a sudden you just got stomped. There was some dude out there who had played hundreds of hours of this game, and you were nowhere near his skill level, and that's what the internet is. It's like, as soon as I think, I'm like, oh, I might be getting a little good at this, and then all of a sudden somebody just ruins me. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, all right, that's right. I'm not the best at this. That's why I've always, I always thought it was really cool. The Olympics are the coolest, because the Olympics, like, objectively say you are the best.
Yeah.
They are like, this
Yeah.
person has been training for 13 years. They have set multiple world records just to get to the Olympics, and then they compete against everybody else in the world and beat them. And they're the best.
Yeah, I've always been super. What's the word? You know, you can you respect
Admire?
it, admire.
Yeah.
I'm admirous of the Olympics, but never ever felt any interest in like diving that deep into anything in my life.
Yeah, because you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah,
Everything.
you sacrifice everything.
Everything, because you're competing against other people who are sacrificing everything.
That's true.
And if you don't win, I mean, not that you didn't learn along the way or grow along the way, but damn, you gave away years of your life to do that one thing, that one time when you were young enough to do it. And whoops, like, you slipped or you coughed or you didn't breathe right that one time. Other person got an edge on you, beat you by a tenth of a second. I guess to some degree it is almost a defense mechanism to not go so hard into one thing.
Yeah.
Because I think,
True.
God, I
you
remember.
Don't want to fail. Or you don't want to say you've tried your hardest and failed.
Yeah, right, because you can always believe, well, I could have done that.
Yeah.
I remember pretty specifically this one moment. I was on the math and science team.
Nice.
Like a true Chad.
Sure.
And I remember while I was playing video games, Doom 64 to be precise, which was pretty sick, wondering aloud, like, why don't I just win everything? Why are there other kids beating me? And then my dad, who like said a lot of stuff in his life, but this one I genuinely appreciated. He was like, well, because right now they're practicing and you're not. And then like set off this whole chain of thoughts of like, oh, that's true. I'm not. There are things I could do right now. And then had to decide, like, is it worth getting a trophy in mathematics when I'm like 8? Or do I want to keep playing video games and just be cool? And I decided video games and be cool. So I think to some degree that's kind of informed the rest of my life, is that I could sacrifice a lot to be the best or be an expert in one thing. But I haven't found the one thing that would, that calls to me that harshly, aside from just playing video games in general. And I do love that. So I'll get my trophy one of these days for playing video games. Game Awards are coming up.
They're coming up.
This is probably going to be my year.
I don't know that you're nominated.
They haven't told me that I'm nominated yet, but
well,
write-in's probably a thing. Probably a thing. Imagine if we get a hashtag going. If once I'm on Rain's roster and they start sending some strongly worded emails, I'm sure I'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
2019 is good. I mean, I'd rather have 2020. Don't get me wrong. It's just a nice year.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
nicer
you're
on
waiting
the
for next
trophy.
year.
I'm not waiting. I'll take it this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, they'll take it next year, too.
I'll take it next year too. I still really want my dream. My dream.
What's your dream?
Gamer of the Year award. I know that's not what it's called.
It's not even a thing.
It will be in 2020.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then I just want to like go to a hotel bar where like no one knows who I am. Just put it right in front of me and then just keep ordering really strong drinks while I just stare directly at it until they cut me off. And then I yell at them. I scoop up my trophy.
Who I am?
Gamer of the Year.
You trip on the way out.
Yeah, probably
and
smash
fall in
it.
the snow, and then
You start crying.
My pants.
This is the opening of like either a show or my biography. Like I want this to. I mean, I would be so in if
Record
this is the
scratch.
first. Yeah, the first like
Yep, that's me.
I was going to
first
say it was
chapter.
the opening of a biopic of a serial killer.
any of those three. I would go for it.
So yeah, Gamer of the Year.
Gamer of the Year. You're going to win it. One of these
Yeah.
times. I don't know that any of us here are gamers of the years.
What do you mean, Bruce?
Well, we're not.
Did you hear me
We're
talk
not
about
good
Death
at
Stranding?
anything
We're
specific.
not good at anything specific.
Yeah.
Therein lies
I'm
the
good
problem.
at talking about video games.
That
Yeah.
is true. You're good at that.
Yes.
But there are a lot of people that are good
best-
at it.
oh,
I'm good at talking in video games. If I'm in a video game and I talk, usually it's, I feel
You mean like you VO'd a character? Or
no. That does sound like that's what I said. I'm playing a game and I can speak over the mic and people will hear me.
Oh,
and
I
they-
see. Good at commentary.
Sure. It's more.
But there are streamers that are way bigger than you.
Oh yeah. No, they're better at it than I am. I'm not.
Well, it's because they compromised their principles and you didn't.
You're right. I'm morally better than
better.
all of them.
Not morally better. You're just better.
I'm just better.
They're more popular because they're more bad.
Yeah, because they sold out.
Yeah, they did.
I haven't sold out. I just take more brand deals and am smarter with
Didn't
them.
you just do a brand deal with Pringles?
Yes, I have another one coming up in about a week.
I love it when I can't tell if a brand deal is ironic or not.
It was pretty great. What he
It
did
was
was
pretty fun.
was pretty great.
Yeah.
I liked what. Do you know what he did?
No,
You
what'd
should,
you
you
do?
should tell me.
Pringles, they came to me with this. It sounds like a thing I would pitch to them, and I totally would have. But they basically built a headset that has like an arm attached, and when you
Just,
click
like,
a button,
fling Pringles in your mouth.
it literally like mechanically drops a Pringle into the arm, swings it into your mouth, so you don't have to stop playing while you're eating.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
incredible.
yeah, so I got to demo it off. Issue being, I think the measurements were a little bit off. So it was like
It's knocking your teeth
it wasn't
out.
quite. I mean, it was more like it would go like this,
Oh, yeah.
and then I have to like throw my head back for
Okay,
it to like
all right.
get in there. So there was a lot of good moments of like, or it would just crumble it in the
back to
chamber as it was loading it. Oh,
Sorry.
what happened?
He blew it and then
Inhaled the confetti.
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, he,
that wasn't,
Imagine shitting confetti.
that wasn't smart at all. But yeah, the Pringles thing I thought was hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a very fun sponsorship, and a real challenge. It was, you'd think it was you'd think it'd be easier to eat while playing a game when you don't have to use your hands, but you got to use so many other muscles in your mouth to get the sprinkles in there and to
make sure you
swallow
don't
it
cut it up when
safely.
yeah, exactly.
yeah. My floor was just covered in them by the end.
That was a really, really great move by Pringles to hire the best gamer
Yeah.
of 2019.
I mean, if Pringles knows it, it's only a matter of
I
time
don't
until
know
everyone
if
else
they hired
knows
the
it.
best gamer 2019.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
I don't know that they did that.
Look, you can take 2020. I'll take 2019.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's better.
What about me? What do I get?
You're already.
Don't touch me like that. That was
Sidekick
patronizing the way you touched me.
Yeah, that was very patronizing.
Yeah, I didn't like
Somebody's
that.
got to load that helmet up with Pringles.
Yeah.
Slap a new can in there like it's a
I was
magazine.
gonna say I need an assistant if you want to come by, load up those Pringles for me, so I don't have to use my hands for that. Because then I had to touch the Pringles, and that wasn't even worth it.
Unbelievable.
You know,
Yeah, Brovies has got a best supporting gamer.
best supporting gamer.
I don't want to be the
You
supporting. I wanna be
heal
the best
in
gamer.
Overwatch, right? So
I did.
you are a supporting gamer.
Most loads.
My chat is
Most loads.
My chat's ripping me right now. I think Bruce gets Gamer of the Year 1992.
Biggest- Oh, that's Dr. Disrespect.
Bruce is the best Gamer of the Year 1967. It's going further back.
Most gamer loads. There.
Most gamer
Unbelievable.
loads.
Unbelievable.
Most
What would
gamer
you
loads
say-
dedicated to Bruce.
Grace, what would you say in your acceptance speech when they're rewarding you for all the loads that have been dropped on you?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm so happy that these babies that you've spilled for me.
That's good. That's good. I like where this is
That's
going.
where I would just stop.
Oh, okay.
Stop. I'd throw the trophy out in the audience. And, fuck you, idiots! 1967, my ass! And then fucking assholes. All right, we should wrap it up. I want to make sure they.
Can't believe Greg got it.
We're still going.
Should I check to see?
Well, you should take a turn driving.
Well, I'm going to. It'll be after the stream because
Why?
I need to be able to talk to them.
Oh yeah.
I want to communicate.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot going on.
And also, somebody in chat wanted
Mr.
to
the
see-
Law Dog, even if you don't win Gamer of the Year, you're still inspiring to me.
I don't care.
Aw.
You think I
Genuinely
care about?
learned to be
There's
a
more.
less shitty person because of some of the stories you've shared.
That's genuine, but does
Christ.
it come with a trophy? No.
Yeah. Maybe you send a trophy to me and I'll care.
Are you a trophy maker?
That's really sweet. Thank you.
What is? I want to know
don't
more
know
about that
this.
job. You know, who makes trophies?
Gamer trophy? Oh,
Just trophies in general.
there are entire companies that
I
make
wonder
trophies, I guess.
how if it comes with any sort of like mental,
I mean, burnout problems?
yeah, like
You're
is
really
it,
obsessed with trophy making?
is there a degradation to like your own self-worth if all you do is make other people's trophies? You know,
No, because you get a trophy that says best trophy maker.
but you got to make that yourself. No one's giving it to you.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
Maybe they hire outside so they can't be accused of collusion. They just fire an amateur trophy maker
Yeah,
on
there's
Craigslist.
a monopoly on trophy making.
Yeah,
It's like-
ironically, the best
Yeah.
trophy of the year award is just like a 2x4 with Sharpie on it.
Yeah, because none of the trophy makers legally can be the ones
Yeah.
that make it.
All right, I have some bad news. I got to get back to Desert Bus.
All right.
Okay.
There's 5.5 hours left.
Oh boy.
Keep
So-
subbing. Keep
is that?
subbing, everybody.
Well, it's over.
Oh, is there a
They-
max
they
time?
maxed
Oh.
out the time.
Okay.
So
That
at
brings
this
you
point now, I
to-
just got to do it.
That brings us to what? 2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
Okay.
2 a.m. We
Sure,
planned
I'll be up then.
10 a.m. to 2 a.m. It was a 16-hour stream. maxed out the time within the first 3 hours of the stream.
It's nuts.
In terms of subs. So now we're just plowing ahead. There they are.
You should make a left of that big rock. I'm curious what's over there.
Well, if you go off the road, you die.
I maintain my point.
That's a cool mod.
So I'll bring down the stream and then bring it right back up for you guys who are still watching the Desert Bus. Either way.
How can we be assured that it won't be a VOD when you come back of Desert Bus again? You gonna go and sleep? You gonna go and play another video game? How do we know?
I didn't think about that.
How do we know?
Well, I was actually going to pass out in my chair, probably at some point.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on stream?
Oh yeah, then won't they
It's TOS.
ban you for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you could if it was purposeful. I thought you could if
There's a category for sleeping, I think.
Oh, so if you change it to sleep?
Yeah, but
before
you
do
can't
it?
be driving in a sleep. That's really
Well, no, I wasn't going to drive. I'd be the passenger.
Okay.
I thought that if you had said, "I am going to sleep now,"
There's a category for sleeping on Twitch?
there is. Yeah.
What?
Huh.
Anyways, all right.
It's gonna take me a while to incorporate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
as
thank you
always.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.